The lunch rush at the Riverside Grill in downtown Chicago was always unforgiving. Plates clattered, orders overlapped, and the air smelled of coffee and fried onions. For Emily Carter, a 32-year-old single mother, every shift felt like a quiet battle she had to win. She balanced trays with practiced grace, her smile steady even when her feet screamed in pain. Tips paid the rent. Tips bought groceries. Tips kept her 8-year-old son, Noah, in school with shoes that didn't have holes. Today, though, something felt heavier, like the universe was holding its breath. That was when he walked in. The man wore a tailored charcoal suit, expensive but understated, and carried himself with a calm confidence that made the room subtly adjust around him. A few customers whispered. Emily didn't recognize him at first, but when her coworker leaned over and murmured his name, her stomach tightened. It was Richard Harlan, a billionaire tech investor whose face appeared on business magazines and late-night interviews. Emily took his table, reminding herself that famous or not, he was just another customer. Richard ordered simply, black coffee, grilled salmon, no sides. He barely looked at the menu and spent most of the meal scrolling through his phone, occasionally glancing out the window with a distant expression. Emily checked on him regularly, refilled his coffee, and made sure everything was perfect. He was polite but distant, his replies clipped, his eyes carrying a tired sharpness. She'd served wealthy customers before, and she knew better than to expect generosity. Still, she hoped. Everyone hoped. When he finished, Richard stood, placed a folded receipt on the table, and walked out without another word. Emily waited until the table cleared before checking. Her heart sank. The tip line read $0, neatly written. She exhaled slowly, swallowing the familiar mix of disappointment and humiliation. 0 tip customers hurt, but 0 from a billionaire felt like mockery. She cleared the plate, already calculating which bill would have to wait another week. As she lifted the heavy ceramic dish, something slid and clinked softly beneath it. Emily paused. Under the plate was a small, sealed envelope, cream-colored, thick, and clearly intentional. Her name was written on the front in careful handwriting, Emily. Her pulse quickened. For a moment, she wondered if it was a mistake or some kind of cruel joke. She glanced around the dining room, but Richard was long gone. In the break room, with shaking hands, Emily opened the envelope. Inside was a handwritten note and a folded cashier's check. She read the note first. Sometimes the most important gifts are meant to be found quietly, it said. Thank you for your kindness today. Not the kind you're paid for, the kind you give anyway. Her breath caught. Then she unfolded the check. The amount made her knees weak. $50,000. Emily sat down hard, the room spinning. She reread the number, then again, certain she'd imagined it. $50,000. Enough to clear her debts. Enough to breathe. Tears blurred her vision as the weight of years of exhaustion crashed over her. She thought of Noah, of eviction notices, of nights she pretended dinner was just late because the stove was warming up. She clutched the check like it might vanish if she let go. At the bottom of the note was a short explanation. Richard wrote about losing his mother, a waitress, who raised him alone and worked herself sick to give him a chance. He admitted he used to test people, leaving no visible tip to see how they reacted. Emily, he wrote, never once changed her tone or expression. She treated him with dignity even when she thought she'd received nothing. My mother would have liked you, the note ended. Emily cried quietly, not from the money alone, but from being seen. Truly seen. That night, she tucked Noah into bed and told him everything. He listened wide-eyed, then wrapped his arms around her neck. Does this mean you're not tired all the time now? He asked. Emily laughed through tears and said, I think it means we get a fresh start. Over the next few weeks, Emily was careful. She paid off overdue rent, fixed her car, and opened a savings account for the first time in her life. She enrolled in evening classes she'd always postponed, working toward a nursing degree she once dreamed of. The money didn't change who she was, but it changed the constant fear that had shaped her days. For the first time, hope felt stable instead of fragile. Months later, Emily received another envelope, this time officially mailed. Inside was a letter from Richard's foundation offering a scholarship for single parents in service jobs. He invited her to share her story, not publicly, but to help shape a program built on dignity, not charity. Emily accepted, realizing the gift under the plate was never just about money. It was about restoring belief. The Riverside Grill never knew the full story. To them, Emily was just another waitress who eventually moved on. But sometimes, during quiet moments, she'd remember that empty tip line and smile. Because she learned that generosity doesn't always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it waits beneath the plate, trusting the right hands will find it. And somewhere in Chicago, a billionaire and a single mother were forever connected by a quiet act of understanding, proof that one unseen moment of kindness can change everything.